Hi. I had so much else to film today, so I kind of figured I'd maybe do a video that I have been kind of hinting at doing for a while now that I know people want to see. As you can tell by the title, today I'm going to be doing my bone collection. Today I'm going to be showing you all of my bones. Okay, enough fucking around. Now that I got myself situated here, let's get into what this video is going to entail. So this is going to be my bone collection, most of which I have found in the wild myself, most of them with my bare hands, and so they mean a lot to me. However, I want to preface this video before we get into this that this is not my oddity collection. This is just going to be my bones. I'm not going to be sharing my taxidermy collection. I'm not going to be sharing my wet specimens or my entomology. Maybe I'll do like a full oddity collection video if you guys enjoy this video, but today is just bones, okay? Today is just going to be bare bones. So don't think you're gonna be seeing anything pretty and pinned, okay? And I think that it's only right to start off my bone collection video with the first ever bone that I collected. Not actually, I always collected random shit when I was, you know, a little boy. You know, whenever I'd go hunting or fishing with my dad, you know, I would always bring little things home, but like who knows where any of that shit is now. So as of when I started really collecting bones, this is my first ever thing that I have ever collected. Ta-da! Okay, so this is the first ever bone I collected like for realsies when I started my collection. This is what I believe to be a raccoon. I'm also going to be completely honest, because I have found most of this on my own, I'm not 100% certain on everything, just because once bones have kind of sat out in the sun and they've started to hollow a little bit, or they've, you know, gotten sun bleached, or they're just getting real old, or pieces of them break off, it can be kind of like hard to identify them, especially with small animals like this. But I do believe this to be a raccoon. So this beautiful little lovely creature's story, I found this in Arizona. I found this at the lake with my best friend at the time. We were running around exploring and just getting into shit we weren't supposed to be getting into, and I saw what looked like fur kind of sticking out of the dirt. As you can see, because it was my first ever bone I collected, I actually decided I wanted to keep it dirty and I never cleaned it. So you can even see, if we can get up real close in there, you can see a little bit of fur. Oh my god, I wish I wasn't shaking so much, y'all. I'm so sorry. You can see kind of like a little bit of fur. You can see the dirt, everything. It is in the exact state in which that I found it, which I think is beautiful. I usually clean all of my animals and all of my bones, but I decided to keep her dirty because she's a dirty girl. And by the way, the reason I keep saying her is because I usually name my babies. So if it's like a skull, or if it's something that feels like it has a soul, I almost always name it. Oh shit. Okay. Just see, this is, I don't ever touch my bones. I leave them places and they just stay there. As you can see, these things are so delicate. A tooth just fell out, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put her down, but I'm gonna keep her right there so you can kind of see her. The reason I kept saying her is because I usually, you know, when something feels like it has a soul, or like you know, because I talk to my babies. Y'all, I'm weird. You're watching this video, so don't judge me, okay? Her name is Violet, and like I said, she was the first little beautiful creature that I found, and so I named her Violet, and she kind of started a tradition of me naming my skulls and my babies that like felt like they had a soul, and usually their names would just come to me. I would just kind of sit with them for a little bit and a name would just pop in my head, and so her name is Violet. Okay, so like I said, when I found her, it was right by the lake, one of the lakes in Arizona that I would go to, and like I said, I saw some fur sticking out of the ground, and I was like, what is that? And as I got closer to it, I can tell that it was a decomposed animal that was kind of like embedded into the dirt, fully decomposed, but the fur was still kind of sticking out. And her spine was there, her skull was there, everything else was like completely embedded in the ground and I couldn't get it out. So I ended up getting her spine and I ended up getting her skull. And that started a long tradition of collecting and naming and caring about bones. And funny enough, a funny little story about when I found her, I put her inside of a little container that we had brought to the lake, right? I put her in there, I put her spine in there so that I could have it contained so that I could take it home. I took the container home. It sat in my garage for a few days before I had went ahead and got it. And when I went to go get the container in my garage, y'all, you will not believe it, there was a damn little scorpion about this big. I wonder if I can find any pictures or videos that I took of the scorpion. If I can, I'll insert them here. I found a little baby scorpion that must have been crawled up deep inside of her skull, and it had crawled out and it was in the container, and I actually had kept that scorpion for a few months as a pet, and I would feed it bugs. I would go catch bugs and I would feed it bugs. So just a little fun story connected to Miss Violet. Okay, next up on the chopping block, we're gonna do a 2-for-1 special. And if you guys watch my other videos, you guys have seen both of these already. I found both of these as well. 2 wild hog jaws. Here we have a fully developed adult wild hog jaw. And like I said in my last video, in the best condition you can find these puppies in. Okay, you can see the back teeth are all intact. I mean, not all of the back teeth. Like I said in my other video, I feel like I'm repeating myself, getting deja vu. The molars are here, and you have the front bottom teeth here. And something I pointed out when I made that other video was if you get real up in there, you can see the hidden teeth, maybe like the wisdom teeth, hidden under the jawbone. Is that not the coolest thing you've ever damn seen? Don't lie and tell me that it's not. So this one's story, I found this one in Texas, exploring in the woods by the lake, and that day it was so cold. I remember because it was wintertime, which is actually, in my opinion, the best time to bone collect because everything is dead. So all of the bones that have been hidden under brush and greenery and all that, everything dies and everything is revealed. All the bones, everything is revealed. So the best time to go bone collecting is in the winter. And I remember this day was so cold. I had been looking for hours and hours and hours trying to find anything, you know, praying and hoping, and I found nothing for hours. And then I took one turn and propped up on a branch, funny enough, was this jaw and a skull that we'll get to in a minute. And I thought, okay, shit, let's do it. Like, I can go home, you know. I just hit the jackpot, like, this is so cool. I took another turn as I was leaving, and I stumbled upon the entire hog. I basically found all of the bones from the hog. So we'll also get to that. I also have to say, this is not gonna be all of my bones, sorry. It's most of them, but I have a lot of bones in my car. I have a lot of bones that I've given to friends, so I don't have all of the bones that I've collected in my possession, because that would be too many to count. So like some of the ones that I did find from this hog that day, they're actually in my car, so I won't be showing you guys those because I am too lazy to go out and go get them. So here you go, here's a fully developed wild hog. So this one is clearly underdeveloped, not a fully grown hog. It's a little baby. It's actually so cute. It's gonna make me crash out. It's just, here, let's do a little bit of ASMR for y'all. Are you getting tingles? Am I providing you with the little tingles? So as you can see, this bone is a little bit older than I believe the other one to be. In Arizona, also not by a lake but by a river, a confluence to be exact. So this wasn't super near the water, but it was kind of still around water. You're gonna find the most bone collecting when you are outside or near bodies of water, because wherever there is water there will be animals. So that's a big bone collecting tip for anyone who wants to get into it. Go to lakes, you'll find bones. And so I don't know if maybe this really is a lot older than the fully developed one, or if it's just the Arizona sun that it's been sitting out so long. You can tell that it's older from the fact that it is hollowing. Not terribly, but it is hollowing, and you can see, like I said in my other video, the texture becomes close to what I can describe as tree bark. So, you know, it's not in the bestest condition. Like as you can see right here, there's you know, a piece broken off on the sides, but look at all these teeth. That's jackpot. Like, it's cool to find hog bones, period, especially jaw bones with teeth, because these motherfuckers are evil. They're literally sinister, and they fight like hell. They don't die easy. These can kill you. Like, they are so aggressive. If you ever want to be scared, look up videos of wild hog attacks. They are relentless. So it's always cool to find them with teeth, because, like, how are those still there? Little baby hog jaw bone, how wonderful, splendid, and delightful is that? I'm kind of just going down the line here in no particular order. So this right here is where I keep my teeth. You know, loose teeth. Isn't this so cute? I remember when I saw this little ceramic board. Okay. I remember when I found this little ceramic, I believe ceramic, I don't know what it actually is, who knows. And when I found this at a random Goodwill, I don't even remember where, I was like, oh, baby, that's coming home with me. This immediately reminds me of sharp objects, which is a whole other obsession of mine that I eventually want to get to, making a video about my obsession with sharp objects, the book and the miniseries. I have, you know, several pages written of analyses on the characters, and so we're not gonna bore you. You didn't come here for that, but expect that video at some point. So when I saw this, I thought to myself, oh my god, that is so sharp objects. I need that right now for all my little teeth. And so let me shut up. Let's reveal the teeth. In here I have a variety of teeth. Here we have big ol' hog teeth. This is, I'm actually not sure. I don't remember where I got this from. This might also be a hog tooth, actually. I think it is. Gross. No, raccoon teeth? I'm not sure. These are Violet's teeth, so whatever she is. How cool is this though? So much fun. Alrighty, so those are my teeth. I hope you liked them. Ooh, y'all, I'm getting hot. Oh my goodness. Okay, next up, this is fun. This is fun. You're gonna eat this. Deer legs. Completely normal things to own. I have a big old deer leg, and here I have a little tiny one. This one, I don't remember. Y'all, I might have bought this one. I'm actually not sure. I've had this for a very long time. Either I found this in Texas or I bought this in Texas. It came from Texas. I'm like 100% sure. Get up nice, close, and personal. Isn't this so... Oh, deers are so beautiful. I truly believe that they're like somewhere in my totem pole. Like, truly, I think I might come back as one. If not a swan, I will definitely come back as a buck. Or maybe like a stallion or something. Oh, what a gentleman. So that's my bigger one. Let me show you my tiny one. One, I absolutely know where it came from, because I found this and I broke this. Okay, y'all. Okay, if you're a cop watching, I'm gonna need you to get up off this video. I'm gonna need you to get up off this video because I don't know the legality of this, but I did. Okay, so in my short film or videos I put out forever ago, I used footage of a like very decomposed deer, but not fully decomposed deer. And that was one day when I was walking around by the lake again in Texas by my grandmother's house. I stumbled across a pretty much fully decomposed, but not decomposed enough deer, drained of all of its blood and all that, but like fur still intact, flies still on it, you know, that kind of shindig. But I could tell it had been there for a minute, and that it was absolutely ravaged by like a pack of coyotes or something. It was a small deer. It was like a, I don't know if I would say a baby deer, but it was fairly small. As you can see, this is the size of the leg, so maybe it was baby deer. This is really tiny. But I did find the whole deer, and now obviously I'm not a fucking crazy person. I'm not Leatherface. I'm not gonna pick up an entire deer carcass and carry it on my back home. As much as I, you know, might have the urge to do that, I'm not gonna do that. And so I thought to myself, okay, well, damn it, because, you know, if I leave and I come back at a certain time, you know, if I come back in a month, 2 months, when hopefully it's fully decomposed, what if it's gone? What if someone cleans it up? What if other animals transport it somewhere? And then it's beautiful bones that are all lying here in front of me. It's a full deer. You know, I wanted that skull so bad. You know, I don't have any deer bones. Not before I found this, I had no deer bones. I really was like, God damn it, I gotta take something. And so one of its legs was kind of, like I said, it was ravaged by coyotes. Here, I'll insert a picture right here if I can go back and find one of it. So this is what the deer looked like. It was absolutely fucking torn apart, okay? And one of the legs was kind of dangling off the side a little bit, and I said, you know what? I gotta do what I gotta do. And so I took my Harley boot that I was wearing, and I stuck my good 14. I don't wear a size 14. Baby, I'm a size 9. I stuck my good 14 on it. I grabbed it by the little hoof and I said, and I done ripped it off. God bless. I had like the full other piece of the leg still attached to it. Y'all, when I tell you I had a crossbody bag on, I put it in my bag. I walked on home. I pulled it out. My grandma said, "What is that smell?" She said, "What is that smell?" I said, "Don't worry about it. Don't open my bag." And I pulled it out of my bag and I said, "Oh shit, this does stink. I'm gonna have to handle this." So what I did was I broke the extra piece so that you can see that would be connected right here. I broke it off and oh my God. Actually, I can't say that. I broke it off and then I took this piece, washed it real nice and good, and then preserved it using ammonia over the next few weeks after that. And now here she is 2 years later. I think I found it like 2 years ago, fully preserved and still on my wall, and it's so adorable, little baby. I love how I have like a big version and a little version of like all of my bones. It's actually so sweet. Let's see. Those are my dear legs. On the topic of bones that I found in Texas, let's go ahead and show you the skull I was talking about earlier. So this is Dimitri. Like I said, I name all my babies. Usually all my skulls have names. And so this is Dimitri. I believe him to be a possum. Y'all let me know. Like I said, once the eyes start breaking and it's old and the jaw is disconnected, and you know, when I find them in these conditions, you know, it's really, really hard to tell what the fuck they are. So I believe him to be a possum. I'm not entirely sure. It's a very special place on my wall and he never moves. So yeah, I found him, like I said, on that fateful day when I found basically that whole entire hog. He was propped up on a branch. So I'm not sure if someone else had put him there and was hoping to come back for him eventually, but I done took him. So thank you, if it was you. I always think that it is so fascinating how skulls look and how skull caps connect with like these little lines. I always think that that is so cool and so fascinating. Look at the point he comes to. I love what I do. I really do. I love it. Here we have a shell full of miscellaneous items. These are Violet's jaws, I believe. I don't remember. These might not be her jaws. I'm not sure. They're jaws. They're jaws of some sort. Here, I have both of them. The reason I say that I feel like these might be Violet's is because I left them dirty. And she's really like the only thing I've really left dirty. I haven't really left much dirty like that other than her. And so I feel like these are hers. Not really any teeth intact, super gross looking, but still super cool nonetheless. Now, this is a bone that I literally, when I found it, had no clue, and I still have no clue at all what this could be. If this is a foot or like what this is. If anyone watching this knows, please comment it down below what this is, because I have no idea. My only guess could be a foot, but it's super cool looking. Like, cool. Do you see how like, is that like where nails would be or something? Or maybe it's a hand? Y'all, I really have no idea. Little miscellaneous shell. Fun. Speaking of miscellaneous, these usually sit in front of my record player. I have no idea. And is Google free? Yes. Could I ask Google with a picture of it what the fuck this is? Yeah, sure. But there's no telling if that'll be correct either, so you mind your fucking business. Cool. It's cool and it's kind of big. So, yeah, not too sure. Love it. You tell me, since everyone on the internet knows every goddamn thing. Two random miscellaneous little bones. What's funny about these two is you can see that on this one there's a little bit of fake blood. Fake. And you can see there's a little bit of hot glue residue. Can you see it? I'm not sure. Pretend like you can see it. Because for a drag look one time, I went ahead and I put them on hair clips and I had them like this. Very like the Flintstones core. I was in my wallet for a long time. I actually might have two. That other one might still be in my wallet. I'm not sure. And it's so small and it's so cute. Like, look at how cute. Some of my bones are just so adorable that I want to like swallow them whole. Super, super adorable. These are gonna go back onto where they sit in front of my record player. All right, next up we have a favorite of mine. This one I did not find on my own, which you will absolutely be able to tell because it is in perfect condition. This I got from an oddity shop in Texas. This right here is a coyote skull, and I went ahead and I put a marble 27 gold in her mouth because I'm a fucking douchebag. I don't know. Now this baby, her name is Arlene, based off of my favorite Death Proof character. And she's absolutely stunning. She's fully intact. She hangs on my wall like this with her cigarette, and she just, you know, she's kind of a classy lady when she wants to be, but she's also, you know, she's chain smoking. She loves her kids. She loves her black coffee, and don't fucking piss her off because she does get rowdy. You love her so much. That is beautiful. That is art. Hello. That is art. Absolutely stunning. Do you see all the teeth and the way that the teeth connect? And remains of beautiful living creatures are just cool. I'm blowing the way that everything looks the same but different. It's so cool. It's so cool. And what I love about coyote skulls is the way that the back here goes up. That is so predator-like because they are predators. And oh, she lost her damn cigarette. You know what? Maybe that's good because you've been smoking way too damn much, and I told you not to smoke in this house. I apologize. Sometimes I have to be vulnerable on here, and it's just, you know, sometimes they just don't listen to me. So she's an absolute beauty, as you can tell. So everyone say bye, Arlene. Bye, Arlene. Here we have a tiny little antler. Now, funny story about this one. I found this in the back of an old pickup truck in Texas. And again, cops, if you're watching, I'm gonna need you to get out. I don't know the legality of the fact that I just took this out of an old truck, but it was an old pickup truck. And I mean, like, I don't know the last time it ran. And I saw this kind of like peeking out of the back, and I said, is that an antler? I said, let me get closer. So I went ahead and I got closer, and I said, oh my God, that is an antler. Hey, that's mine. Hey, so I'm actually taking that. I'm so sorry. So I took it. And it's so cute. I love it. What I do is it's on my dresser sitting like this, facing like this. And then I put a candle right there and I'll light it. It's beautiful. Very Hannibal coated. Super cool. And it's so tiny and very white. So it is old. It is old. So I don't know if that truck was like an old hunter's truck or, you know, who knows? You know, when you're in the South, you know, you don't ask questions. You kind of just keep it pushing and you move along. I hit it. Oh, here, this is fun. I forgot that I put it behind me so that I would remember to include it in the video. This is not the entire hog spine of that hog that I found, but a good chunk of it. A lot of that spine I did give to my friends because they loved them. So I gave a lot of the bones that I found in Texas from that hog away. But I kind of recreated what the spine could possibly look like with the pieces I did have on a necklace. Now, of course, I never wear this because that would be fucking arbitrary and horrifying. But it sits on my wall and it's really cool. You can call me what you want. Call me a weird motherfucker. I am weird, and you know this is fucking cool. Wait. Keep trying, but it's not working. Just know that they all align and appear above my guitar amp. And yeah, I don't wear this because that would be pushing it. Okay, like that would be a little crazy, y'all. I know that. But yeah, isn't that cool? It's honestly kind of on some tribal shit. It's on some tribal shit, and I fuck with that heavy. You know, this is like the shit you'd see hanging up in the Sawyer's house. You know what I mean? That's kind of what I aspire to. So, oh shit. Sorry. Fuck. Right. Here's a special one. Now, before you fucking say anything, this is not real. This is fake. So I went ahead and bought this. So this is from a fucking Hobby Lobby, I think, if I remember correctly. And it's fake because I made this for a art piece back in Halloween, October 2024. I went ahead and made this for my costume when I dressed as Amma, dressed as Persephone in Sharp Objects. Now that is the second time Sharp Objects is getting referenced in this video, so please be aware that one day that Sharp Objects video is gonna hit y'all like a train and I will reach the maximum level of insufferable autism that you have ever witnessed in your life. But today, I will spare you. This is fake. It's fake. But I went ahead and I designed this all myself. So all of this added coloring and moss and wires and plants growing out of the top of it. I added that all myself. Persephone represents as, you know, the goddess of death, the queen of the underworld. You know, I really am obsessed with Persephone, even outside of sharp objects. I really resonate with Persephone just because of how she always felt like, you know, she was torn between two places, going back and forth, and no matter which place she was in, she was always judged, and nobody fully understood her, and people feared her. No matter where she was, she never felt in a community. She never felt at peace. She never felt at home, and I really resonate with that. And I love Persephone so much, and I really wanted to kind of embody her with this piece. And so while it is fake, I absolutely wanted to include it in the video because I just think it's beautiful. I think it's gorgeous, and it's something I made, so fuck off. Okay, how could I forget this? This right here is a literal weapon. This is a cops. I think this would be legally classified as a weapon. This is huge. I think that this is a cow bone. Again, I found this in Texas, so I couldn't tell you. Hello. Like, this is ginormous. Some good ASMR on this one, because this one is thick. This is not hollow at all. It is. Super cool, super beautiful. It always sits right here. Never moves from there. And I like it there. It kind of serves as a warning, like, motherfucker. I'm sorry, what'd you say? I'm sorry, what? Huh? Oh, so you thought, you better back up. You better, Now, this is a turtle shell, and this here, it's obviously, as you can see, it's hollow. This also hangs on my wall, so please ignore the pink ribbon. This I also found by the lake. I don't believe this to be a lake turtle. I believe that this is just from the shell that is, like the remnants of the shell that are still here. I think that this is a tortoise or like a box turtle or something. Just because I was raised with turtles. My grandmother has like many turtles that she keeps as pets. One of them even being older than me. I think my grandma's oldest turtle is like 24 or something like that. It's older than me, which is just crazy, it's crazy. And so I grew up with box turtles and red-eared sliders, and so just based on its shell, I think that this has to be a tortoise or a box turtle, or, you know, a land turtle. But, you know, they still like water, you know, they still, I mean, who knows how this, you know, got by the lake. It wasn't like super in the water or near the water at all, but it was in the general area of the lake. And so super cool find, especially as someone who was raised with turtles. This is super special to me. I love turtles. They're one of my favorite animals. Do you guys want a little bit of turtle shell ASMR? Guys, I'm not an ASMR artist. I'm really terrible at that, so I'm sorry. All right, here on this chain here, I have a beaver jaw. Y'all, I'm sorry, I don't remember. Please forgive me. I think this is a beaver jaw, and it's on a chain, and this sits up on my wall. You could wear this as a neck. You know, like I said with the vertebrae chain, it's a little arbitrary. This is a little big to just be wearing around, you know? I mean, maybe for something specific, but I like it on my wall. Old giant tooth. Ain't that something? Clearly he needed a whitening treatment, but that's, you know, that's his business. Okay, so I'm gonna do kind of like a speed round kind of vibe right now with a bunch of miscellaneous that I have before I show you maybe my prized possession of my bone collection at the very end. I have a big old box of literally random bones that I have found. All of these I have found myself, and had no idea what to do with them, where to put them, or what was even going on with them. So this box just sits under my bed. Just you know, just a box of bones under my bed. Very normal things. Why are you looking at me like that? I'm very normal. Here I assume is some sort of hip bone. Can you guess? I have no clue. I have no clue what this is. People who really cared about anatomy just started fucking identifying all my bones. I mean, that would be cool for me. I'm too lazy. I know Google's free. I know. So yeah, there's that. Again, Another random, I have no idea what that is. We're going quick. This is a vertebrae piece, but this piece got demoted from the rest of the other pieces because that's broken off, so. But I at least know that this is a vertebrae. Here I have, again, maybe the bottom of a vertebrae, like at the very tail end. I'm not really sure. This is cool. This is actually cool. Yeah, very cool, actually. I always love vertebrae bones because doesn't that look like an angry fish face? We'll find another one that's a better example of what I'm talking about. Like a little happy face, like a crab or something. Anyways, another vertebrae bone. Woo! Y'all. Okay, this is what I believe to be another hip bone from a hog as well. I know that it's from a hog. I don't know what it is, really. But, I don't know if that was... These are all various... Oh, God damn it! These right here are all various forms of animal ribs. So these are a smaller animal. These are from a bigger animal. But these are all ribs, so... Is it tender? Is it that tenderism? Fuck. Vertebrae. Vertebrae. Also a vertebrae, but this one's really puny and doesn't deserve love. Vertebrae. Another vertebrae. This one's kind of funny. This one's kind of funny. I don't know. It's like a little seahorse. Anyways, another one. Oh, and you thought that was the last one? Oh, really? Really? Yeah, well, I have another one. I have another one, motherfucker. So has another little tiny miscellaneous creature. Bone. Super, super cute. Could swallow this whole if you wanted to. A smaller version of this? Question mark? Question mark? Who gives a fuck? Oh, y'all, I'm tired. Sure, what the hell, bro? Sure, bro. I don't know. Little crawdad? A little crawdad claw? Why not? 3 right here. They are actually cool because I'm not sure what they are, but I am fascinated with them, especially this one. So these are clearly caps of some sort. Because this is... Oh, fuck! Damn it! That is fucking astounding. I mean, wow. Beautiful. Super cool. Oh, damn, can I stop? That is, again, I really don't know what it is. It's clearly a cap of some sort, but it is so cool. And then here is another one. Aren't these, like, so strange and kind of off-putting in, like, the coolest, most fascinating way? I mean, okay, this one's like, okay, this is clearly like a joint or something. Oh, in my little miscellaneous bed box. See, like, that looks like the Punisher or something. Like, I don't know. Okay, and then for some reason, on top of the box, I had a plate. Like, bitch, do you want a plate? Like, I don't know why these are on a plate and in the box. But these I found very recently. Maybe the last time I went bone collecting. We have a little rib here. These are all very miscellaneous. This is a very miscellaneous collecting day. This fucking honker. I have no idea what the hell that is, but you know, hollowing, old. I can tell, just by holding this, it's old. It's like, I feel like the dust particles coming off of it in my fingers. Okay, this is something that me and my mom were like literally crashing out about because we, for the life of us, could not figure out what this could possibly be. So this is where I actually need all my anatomy freaks to really lock in and help me figure this out. Dude, is this like a prehistoric dragon skull? It is clearly like the top of a skull of some sort. Is this some type of bird? Is this a reptile? Is this a snapping turtle? Is this what? Girl, this looks like a fucking dragon. Like, what is this? I'm kind of set on the fact that it's a reptile of some sort, but I literally have no idea. If you know what the hell this is, please let me know down below. Please let me know. It's super cool. I mean, it's super cool, super dynamic. Never found a skull like this before. So cool, but I have no idea what it is. Here we have a tiny little muskrat or gopher something. How do we feel about that little guy? I have shown him before in that other video I did. Super delicate, super adorable, tiny, tiny little teeth. Yeah, I think this is a muskrat or some type of ground rodent, like I said in that other video. I have what I thought to be the same thing, half of the skull, but now that I look at them, they are completely different. So here I have half of a skull of what I thought was this, but the obvious difference is when you flip them over, completely different teeth, completely different shapings of their heads and everything as well. So I'm not too certain on either of them, what either of them are. This one seems scarier. Like this one has like the scary teeth. Like this is, I don't know. This one seems a little bit more innocent and pure of heart. It's the same teeth as the evil one, so these might be the jaws of the evil one that I also found. Super cool. I love little tiny jaws like this. They're so delicate. Too little. Look at them, too little. I'm so obsessed with these. Like, I really want to make these into like earrings. Like, there's like, yeah. Is it for my miscellaneous speed run. Okay, now I have saved you the best for last. This is 100% my craziest piece that I have in my collection, you know, at this point in time. It is huge, and I did not find this. God, I wish I had, because here we have a buck skull. Isn't that scary as hell? That's some fucking Yellow Jacket shit right there. That's some wrong turn shit. Little. His name is Dean. I went ahead and I named him Dean because that's what he told me his name was. I mean, hello. Dean, he has a beautiful rack on him. Beautiful. Perfect even. Perfect even. Another set of antlers up on my wall, but that is nailed to my wall and I'm not taking that down just for a video. So this guy will be my antler representation. Coolest piece in my collection right now. He's in perfect condition. All of his teeth. The back of his skull. Let you guys get a close up on him. Should we do some fucking Dean ASMR? Okay. Alright, that was Dean ASMR. I hope you enjoyed me tapping on his little head. So like I was saying earlier about skulls, the linings that connect everything to each other is so cool to me. It's so fascinating and beautiful, as you can see right there. Like it's like a little ant line, just connecting everything perfectly. And to see, you know, to some it might be scary to see, you know, death and living things stripped back in such raw states like this, but to me I see something so beautiful. I see something so intriguing and interesting and so intricate, like so of God, so intricately made by what is divinely nature. I mean, it's just so special. Even looking here and seeing everything on the inside, it's just the magic of nature. Like it really is just, when you get to see things that are dead and stripped back, you know, the life hasn't been taken from them. You know what I mean? It's still there. And if anything, it's more visible. It's more raw and real. And I'm just, you know, someone that can really appreciate that. And that's why I do this. That's why I collect these things, you know? It's not just because I'm a fucking hillbilly from Texas, I promise, okay? Stuff is genuinely poetic to me. Like looking at something dead that can be this beautiful is poetry. Like this says 1,000 words. Just sitting next to me, there's like little humming noises in my ears. Now that might be because it's so late at night and I have had lights on me and cameras on me all day and I'm ready to go to bed. Or it could be the divine infinite that is nature. I'll choose to believe the second option. With that being said, that was my full and complete, mostly, bone collection as of today. I'm always collecting, I'm always scavenging around, looking, getting my grubby hands dirty and playing in, you know, shit I shouldn't be playing in, okay? I think that was evident today. But this is, yeah, these are all my babies. This is all of my, you know, bare bones. So if you enjoyed watching this, if you think it's cool, you know, like I said, I have an entire taxidermy collection, I have an entomology collection, a wet specimen collection. So if you guys really fuck with this, then maybe I'll do a full-on oddity collection video for you guys in the future. But yeah, I wanted to show you guys my bones because I am moving soon. And so I figured, you know, with everything in shambles and everywhere all over my floor, I might as well, you know, show you guys and tell you what they mean to me. And so I love you all so much. Thanks for watching again, as always. And, you know, I hope you have a great rest of your day, night, morning. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I definitely enjoyed myself, so thanks for watching. Okay. Bye-bye.